Good day, crafty chums. It's Nicky here, and welcome to my channel. I'm coming at you today again with the 30 Days of Mixed Media Tags Challenge, and this is day number 12, stained glass. Don't let the title put you off. Don't ever let the title put you off trying out these challenges. It's all about challenging yourself, isn't it? So when I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, why I choose a certain prompt in that, because I think maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not. But stained glass, I like stained glass. I do them a lot on my index cards. Years and years ago, I hold a stained glass index card challenge, which was greatly welcomed and received. Quite a few years ago now. So stained glass or faux stained glass is a theme that runs often through my channel, is what I'm wanting to say, isn't it? Yeah. So anywho, stained glass window. Trying out different colours and things. So this is all about a recycling thing as well. So I've just got packaging here and just trying out different things. I couldn't get the sticky off this one, but hey ho. So of course, what will stick to plastic? Well, alcohol ink sticks really well to plastic, and yeah, alcohol ink stick really well. So I did this because I was trying out as a tag shape. Of course, obviously, as a tag shape, what goes better than a window or a door? So I did that, and I stuck some Perspex, other little bits of stained glass there, and what else sticks to Perspex stays on ink does too. So if you want to stamp on it, stays on ink, sticks to it as well. I've had some clear glue drying on here, but the glue sucked up just a little bit sucked up the alcohol ink into it, so it turned the color of the glue just a little bit, so you can barely see it though, and so that it's there. So I thought just give you these few little talks about it here, and on this one I'm going to actually try paint. I'm going to try paint on this one. As I say, these were just testing out, and the black lines here I got with my Stabilo All, which writes on paper, glass, plastic and metal. Paper, glass, plastic and metal. So there you go. If you wanted to draw lines on it and you didn't have what I've got here, which is a little black outliner, may or may not still work. Hang on. Yeah, I've got a little black outliner here, which I'm hoping I'll be working with there, which I can just outline in black on the piece I'm going to do now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if it works. If not, I'll be using this and just doing something on there. But we'll see. And I'm not going to stress over it. I will not stress over it. I never allow myself to stress over it too much. It's like, it's just crafting. It's supposed to be nice and relaxing. This one is going to be challenging. So yeah, so don't worry if you don't have the things that I've got. I remember a while ago that Anne-Marie uses sweetie wrappers, the clear sweetie wrappers, which you can put down and make into stained glass as well. She's very good at that. I don't eat sweeties, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for me. So I'm just going to take this one down because I'm hoping to stencil through, because this already looks like a stained glass. Don't make it any harder on yourself than it needs to be. If you've got a stencil, get a stencil. This may be a complicated stencil, we'll see. So I'm just going to pop this down. I can hardly see the outlines of where this is here, so I may just go like this to make it easier on myself so I can see through the stencil where I am. Of course, obviously, this is bigger than my tags. Tags are this size, so I've got to actually might make sense. Now I've got that there, to pop that there so that I can see also the outline of the tag to make sure that I get it covered. That's a great idea, isn't it now? And I just thought of that as we're going along. So even talking through it, you can talk yourself and find ways to do it. Do it. So let's pop this down so that I don't get it up, and I will also just tack down the stencil as well. This is a cheapy stencil that I got from a Chinese market thing, and it doesn't quite cover top and bottom, but that doesn't matter as long as it covers most of it. What I want to do is, after this is done, is hang this one up in the window, because I like my window hangy things. I do. I got to admit it. I'm a window hangy kind of gal. I do want to get that roughly in the centre though, because it's a circle, so I can't quite see that I've got it all covered, but roughly. Oh, I can see it now. So it's a good job I did mark it. Roughly, I want to get it centred in the tag and not on the perspex. So that would be roughly halfway up the tag. Might not be a good idea to do a circle on a rectangle. Don't do a circle on a rectangle. It probably won't work out. Just kidding. Use what you have. Use what you want. Up to you, darlings. So anyway, alcohol inks will work. You could actually, if you've got alcohol ink markers, you could probably just colour this in as you go along, but I'm going to try paints. And the paints I'm using, I'm hoping will be see-through enough that the light will go through it in the window. So I'm just ripping up little bits of sponge, because I don't have much sponge left. So I'm just going to go ahead. I can see where I'm dabbing. You may not be able to, so I can't come any closer than that, but I am going to go around in different colours. This may be a little bit fiddly, and I may have bitten off more than I can chew, but we'll see how it goes, shall we? So, as you can tell, I decided to speed this one up. I've my poor old little laptop computer here is just roaring its little heart out, overheating as we speak, just to get this done, because this ended up being an hour-long video, and I thought maybe that was just a bit too long to hold for a challenge. And this part, is just me just putting the acrylic paint in through the stencil onto the plastic. And so there's nothing mysterious about that, is there? The only thing I have to say is that I am using acrylic paints that are quite see-through, because of course I want this to go up the window and I want the light to be able to come through it. So they're quite translucent. And so I suppose that's the only thing I'd say is you don't want, really you don't want paint that will block out the light. You want it's got to be quite see-through paint at the end of the day, but vibrant colours, otherwise it won't show up much of anything, will it? I don't think. Anyway, yes, I get her done. I get her painted. I think I might lift this off and then decide that I need to just go around the outside of it a little bit in red, because it wasn't quite didn't quite cover the tag enough. So ended up having to put the red on the side, replace the stencil, and go around the outside in the red. Now this wasn't the the next bit of this video probably wasn't my best idea. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I used the glass outliner. It's an outlining paint, which stands a little bit proud. You lay it on, it dries and stands. This is what I'm talking about here. This outliner paint here, and then you're supposed to infill the insides with the paint. So I decided to use it in a different way, which was just to outline what I'd already put down on there. I thought it'd be good, be nice and black, would show really well. As in, with a stained glass window, you get the lead lining, which really stands proud, and you can see it. So I thought that's what I'd be doing here.
but unfortunately the tip kept clogging, and it was giving me so much problem that I gave up on it in the end. And guess what? I used my favourite outlining tool of all time, the Stabilo. Yeah, I think this would have looked really good if I could have got this paint to continue on flowing, but it just kept clogging and blobbing. And so you see, look, I'm giving it a really good squeeze and nothing's coming out. Put pin in, tried again, worked for about 2 seconds, put another pin in, tried again, worked for another couple of seconds, but yeah, it just kept clogging. So gave it up in the end, and then got on with it with my Stabilo with my Stabilo. I love these pencils. I'm going to get some more in different colours actually. I think they're fantastic. Work really well over many surfaces. So that's what makes them so good. And so here you go. I did think that where I have all that white in between the coloured shapes and that and the black, I thought I was going to colour it in black, but decided not to in the end because this video is going an hour long and I wasn't sure whether I would be able to make it go faster. But I did, for which I'm really grateful. Otherwise, you'd have already turned off the video, wouldn't you? I know you would. Yes, so would I. Anywho, so just outlining the rest. I was just checking to see how much of it would go onto the tag to see whether I need to outline more. And I did need to outline more, so that's what I'm doing there. And any second now, we will go back to the original video in slow speed just for the finish.
Give it a whirl. Should we see? Should we be brave? Brave. Then you can almost be able to see get a look of what it would really look like. Try not to put my fingers on the puffy bits. I'm trying to get it fairly straight. Okay. So there we go. That's our stained glass tag. Stained glass tag. Another piece of scrap paper over the debris, and of course I put a hole up here and then hang it up in the window, and voila, stained glass. Voila. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. Here we go. Anywho, it's a mix of different media there, so mixed media again, and yeah. Everything you need to know will be in the description box below this video. Sorry, it's a very long one, and thanks for watching. See you all again tomorrow. Don't forget to check out Eileen's video as well, and International Crafters. See you all again very soon. Please subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Thank you very much.